Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be playing some Songs of Conquest. This is one of my favorite games of the last few years. It's a Heroes of Might and Magic like game. It has similarities, to like classic Heroes of Might and Magic 3, which I think is what most people might have a connection with. But I'm going to jump in. There's a lot of different factions. I like to play on random map, do 4 players, and Insect. The reason I like Insect is, we're going to start in one of these locations and we're going to have an immediate neighbor with a neutral town between us, as will the other 2 AI. So it's usually like a big fight here. The AI will duke it out, and then you go from there. Sometimes they will take each other out, so you'll have like one really strong one. Other times they'll have issues with each other, and then it'll be 2 you'll have to deal with. But your first immediate threat is your neighbor. There's a bunch of different factions in the game. I'm gonna go over them just briefly. But Arleon is your typical, medieval knights, archers, footmen, minstrels, things of that nature. But they're also allied with the Fae, that are going to have like magical forest sprite type things, satyrs, very solid defensive faction. They get access to a lot of order essence, which is one of the schools of magic, and order essence really does a lot of buffing your defenses, buffing your speed. So it's and then their musician, which is the minstrel or the troubadour, as it's upgraded, they also have like a defensive buff they can cast. So it's very defensive. I mean, it can have high DPS. Upgraded knights, the Fists of Order, some of the Fae units are very high DPS, but the rank and file Arleon troop is very much of a defensive mindset. The second faction is the Barony of Loth, and it's the undead faction. It's not a true undead faction. It's a society kind of ruled by undead, cults, things of that nature. But there's definitely plenty of humans. It's another faction that I feel like is fairly defensive, as it does have access to order pretty easily. But its primary spell type is destruction, so it's definitely a little more offensive than Arleon. I think it's pretty solid. I enjoy playing Barony of Loth. The third is Baria, and it's sort of like a merchant republic. There's two kinds of races. It's the humans and then the Harima, which are sort of goblin type, orcish type race. So you have troops from both of those type of races. Baria is very high DPS. Definitely lacks in the defensive aspect of the game. It has a lot of ranged units. Baria, there's some things about Baria I like. There's a couple of wielders I do like, but overall I think Baria is probably my least favorite. But it can definitely be good. The next race is Rana, and that's the swamp inhabitants. So you have your lizard, amphibian types. Probably the strongest race or faction if I had to kind of put money on it. I would say Rana's probably the strongest. They're not quite as mobile. Their troops don't quite move quite as fast. But they are pretty tanky, particularly the Chelin and Protectors. Kind of medium DPS, but they do a really good job of being able to generate essence for magic. So I'd say for magic, Rana's a very good faction to use. Has some really strong wielders. Really fun faction. I love Rana. Probably play more Rana than anything else. The Vanir, or like a Viking type faction, that also have like human to animal transformations on their upgrades. This is becoming my favorite faction. I think it may now be my favorite faction. So kind of between them and Rana. And that's who I'm going to play today. I've really gotten to where I love the Vanir. They're super fun. And then the last is the most recent DLC edition. It's the Roots. And the Roots are like a sentient, fungal, plantoid, undead entity. I'll be honest, I haven't played enough of Roots to really grok it yet, but I will at some point. But it's definitely it's so different. It's pretty cool. But I'm going to play as the Vanir. We're going to set this to Worthy. I feel like Worthy is getting to a point where I'm kind of steamrolling it, but for right now, for the purposes of the video, we'll just play on Worthy. And then we can choose our wielder. So Vanir has a number of really solid wielders. I'm going to be playing with Girajet. Not really sure how to pronounce it. So you kind of look at him and you say, wow, this doesn't look super impressive. I mean, 0 offense, 5 defense. That's pretty weak. I mean, the starting stat line isn't great. The starting troops are not very great. In the leaked fun. But the skill channeling is great because this guy's going to be set up to be a nice caster. And then the specialization of 10% gold looted after battle. I don't know what the 10% is based on. But this guy generates so much gold, and you're going to need it because the units are fairly expensive. I love this guy, and he's cool. He's like a leaked. He's a little imp. So I like to play with the yellowish color. We'll do 3 AI, and we'll check the game settings. Everything looks normal. We'll do random starting building. And we'll jump in. So for these guys, I don't really like either of the tier 1 units, and we'll take a look at them, and I'll kind of go over what my general idea for these guys is. So we did start with a full potential town, which is great. So we can upgrade it to tier 5 at some point. So initially in the town, there's 2 of the minor, like the base tier 1 unit buildings. There's the leak tree that makes the leaks, and then there's the lodge, which makes the Huskarls, which are like a hybrid melee and ranged unit. So they have 1 ranged attack, and then they swat. Then they can't do it anymore. And you can see it's the throw spear ability. You can also make your economy buildings, your gold, your stone, your basic stuff for your first area. So what I like to do with these guys is, first of all, I'm going to take a look and see kind of what the map's giving us. So right now I see that I don't have any stone, which is actually kind of going to be a problem. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to forego building any of the tier 1 basic unit buildings for now. And what I'm going to do is upgrade the town when I can, and then I'm going to build the medium building so we can start getting some more advanced troops out early. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the wood. Maybe we'll see some stone, okay, because we are going to need some stone. With that wood, I have 10 now, so I can actually upgrade the stronghold because the stronghold requires 2,000 gold and 10 wood. However, you can see the income is 1,000 gold, so we're going to get a $500 or 500 gold a day income bonus, and we'll get some more building slots. And so this building slot is a medium one, and that's where I want to build one of these buildings for your sort of like, I wouldn't say tier 2, but like more advanced units, right? So you have the longhouse. Creates the berserkers and the swine. The stone bridge makes the troll and the baka horse, and then the cottage makes the crones, and they are like a stealthy backstab. They're a really good unit. But what we're going to do is we're going to build a longhouse, And we're going to try to get it upgraded to a tier 2 longhouse as quickly as possible. So I like the Berserker, but the upgraded Berserker, the Skin Shifter, is probably my favorite unit in the game. We're just gonna try to get to Skin Shifters, mass them. We'll get the Swines with them, and then we'll kind of just flex the army out as needed. So what I need now is 10 stone to build the longhouse. Now, can I get 10 stone on this turn and get a turn 1 longhouse? Because that's the idea, right? You want to not waste turns early on, but we have to get the resources. So we did. We got our 5 stone, but now we need 1,000 gold. And we're going to be 1 turn short, but that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and build our longhouse. So it takes 2,000 gold and 10 stone, which we have. And then what it'll do is it'll start generating 2 berserkers around, and then we can upgrade it through research, so it'll start producing swine. Okay, so right now I see a camp down here that's going to have some troops in it, as will this. We'll go ahead and grab this gold. Go ahead and use that. That's some of these things have like experience you get. So a couple things can happen when you play with this guy. It'll either a lot of times give you like an early choice to spec into Arcana. That'll give you like Arcana level 2 spells, or you'll get learning. And so I think I'm going to get learning and make this into a tutor wielder, and as we go along I'll show you what tutor is. Basically at some point you can get a skill that allows you to train up other wielders, so you can get them up to speed quickly as far as levels go, and it'll give a percentage of his XP to another wielder. So we'll go learning, and I mean again 20% experience gain is good. And then we're going to start making our way down here toward these camps and try to pick up a few troops. And we're still going to be building our building here, because it does take 2 turns, or maybe it may take 3 turns. Alright, so we have another source of knowledge, and again sources of knowledge are good because they're going to give you XP, so this is going to level me, and then we have another source of knowledge right next to it. Okay, so here's the early Arcana magic I was talking about. So this character is a spellcaster. The one thing about this character is it kind of forces you into this early. Like I never see destruction come up early. But my unit comp, while right now is heavily on Arcana, it is going to shift to destruction and chaos, but we'll still have some Arcana magic. So we'll go ahead and go into that. And then we'll go ahead and hit this one as well. And so Arcana tier 2, we'll go ahead and do that as well. And now we'll grab the camp, some nice berserkers, so that's going to be good. Both of those fights are risky. I'm going to hold off on those, and we're going to go down and we're going to see if we can get some troops out of this camp. And now our longhouse is built, so it'll start producing berserkers. And then if I want to upgrade pigs, I just need to get 5 stone. Now, what I'm going to do next, what I like to do with the Vanir is I like to go ahead and build some economy building. So I'm going to build a stone cutter and then a loggers camp, so we can start getting some of the resources, because it doesn't look like this start looks a little resource light, like not too bad, but we're going to go ahead and just start getting more of these guys out of these camps for now and try to cobble together an army. So our stone building is built, and so I'm going to build a loggers camp. And loggers camp is also required to upgrade some things that we need, so you definitely want to get one. I don't have the capacity to bring the swine. I don't really want to delete anything, so we'll just do that. And then we need 10 stone and 10 wood to upgrade this build main city. So this, if you ever see statues tend to give you really good benefits. So ever burning fire is amazing. It's going to give me like a 15% spell damage increase. So you definitely want to find those with your magic using builders. And so you'll see my spell damage power is 30. Once I go to here, it's 10%. So it's going to take it to 40, but that's great. And they stack, so if I find multiple ones of those, which there definitely are going to be out there, you know, that's going to be super helpful. Okay, so we got our 2 economy buildings up, so I'm going to go ahead and build a lodge next. The Huskar Hall is not super great as a unit, but it does generate 2 destruction essence, which is super nice. And they're good like supplementary units. Alright, so through our exploration of these treasures, we got celestial ore. Now, there's 3 different special resources. There's Glimmerweave, there's Ancient Amber, and there's celestial ore. Some factions require more of one than others. Some require heavy amounts of multiple ones. This faction is really a lot of what you need early is celestial ore. So you want to get to 5 celestial ore. We found them in the chest, and now what we can do is we can go ahead and upgrade our longhouse. And it's going to start creating skin shifters, which is a tier 2 advanced unit, and it's amazing. And I can't wait to start jumping in and playing with them. And I have 5 berserkers that I can upgrade now, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to start going ahead and getting a pretty solid army early. And then in our other spot, so we have our lodge here. I think I'm going to go ahead and build a leak tree, and then that way we're going to be producing all units each turn, and then I will be upgrading this longhouse to be able to make the tier 2 pigs. I really like the pigs, and I'll go over that why when we get to them. So I think the next priority obviously is going to be building up an army. I think we need to get this upgraded to a level 3 town so we can get another wielder out. So we have some money, so I'm going to go ahead and maybe get some troops. We can upgrade our berserkers into skin shifters. We can train a couple more. Oh yeah, so right now we're in turn 7. We have a full stack of these baddies. And you can see the upgrade. So like a berserker has a max troop size of 15, damage is 7 to 9. So what that means is all of your troops, they're going to roll dice for each attack. So if you have 15 in your troop here, those 15 will roll. The average of the damage will be what you deal before any defense modifiers. And then melee offense and defense add to your modifiers as well. But you can see, I mean, that's a solid unit, right? Not super great on defense, but 19 melee offense to 8 defense. But then the upgraded version, 23 melee offense, 25 defense. So it's basically your tank and your DPS, and it has an amazing ability called Challenge. And I can't wait to do Challenge, because Challenge is almost broken. But basically, you taunt. It's a taunt. It pulls the unit towards you, and you can also trigger like zone of control attacks if you set up your guys correctly. So it's super powerful. But now we have a whole stack of them. I think. Let's see. We don't have any gold, so we do need to go ahead and maybe get some fights. So this guy, again, like we talked about earlier, one of the things is the specialization of gold looted after battle, and it's, again, I don't know what the 10% is taken from, but as we progress, I mean, I'll be getting 5,000 and 6,000 gold a fight. And so with that upgrade, you saw that guy was red earlier, which the colors kind of indicate how difficult it's going to be. Green is kind of your easier type. Yellow is more like an even fight, and then red is challenging. But I think this is going to be pretty good. just some bandits, some wolves. So the leeks, so I have the upgraded leeks that I started with as well as the regular. They have a buff, so I get melee offense buff and range buff. We'll go ahead and get in this choke point. He's gonna have to come all the way around. He can't get to me at this turn. And you're looking at this, you're thinking, wow, you might be in trouble. But this guy is so strong. So he only gets one retaliation around. However, he's now berserking. So he's getting more damage. Because once he takes damage, he gets a nice buff. So now we've started to generate essence. You know, our Arcana is helping, our extra ones from our skills. So looking at this, we have this guy here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repel him, and then that's going to trigger a zone of control, like opportunity attack, and it'll kill him. Nope, it didn't do it. Odd. Okay, well, we'll just kill him. Not sure why that didn't trigger a retaliation, but... Okay, so the problem with these guys is... with their damage 1 to 3, they have kind of a high variable. So 2 to 6, so I could kill him. 2 to 5. Got it. Okay, we did lose one troop there. You can see, just from that fight, an extra 620 gold. Plus that, so that's great. So we need 10 stone and 10 wood. That's the next thing we need to do, is we need to get this town upgraded so we can get our second wielder out. We could upgrade the lodge with a few wood. I need to find some wood and some stone. And I'm so much stronger than these guys that they just turn tail. So as tempting as the channeling is, I am going to go with tutor. To get future wielders up to speed quickly. Just in a resource bottleneck right now. Fruit of the Wildwood. So we got a item that guy was guarding. Let's see what that does. 20% likelihood that troops won't dare to fight. So that's cool. So we can just start getting more, like it said right there. So yeah, we just need to get some gold. Sorry, some stone and wood. I would have liked to have gotten another wielder out. I'm gonna take the XP. A lot of times I like to take the resource, but see, we got our spell damage power increase, which we want to get for sure. And now we need 3 more stone. There's so little stone. I guess there is some over here. What what I'm probably going to do is we're going to put these elite Von in to defend the city. We don't have to necessarily delete them. And we'll go ahead and get another 3/4 stack of these guys. And I think we'll keep the leagues. We can get the Huskarls at some point, but I think we'll wait on that. What we can actually do here. We need a tier 2 lodge. I don't want to spend the stone. Okay, so now we can upgrade to a tier 3. We can start working on a second longhouse, and we almost have enough Celestial War. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a second wielder. I like to get an economy wielder, if possible. On the economy wielder for this faction is Coal Blacknest. He starts with taxes, so he's got a. So each wielder has a different upgrade tree that sort of goes depending on how you upgrade, but a lot of them have, you know, some fixed things at the beginning. For Cole, he's very likely to get some economy early on because he already has an economy skill. And then what you're trying to do is get him, I think, to level 7 so he can get Levy. And Levy increases the amount of available troops you have each turn, which is massively powerful. So Coal Blacknest is awesome. We'll go ahead and grab him. We'll go ahead and have him check out the tower. And you can see right here, he already has some skills. So we can either get the stonemason or the woodcutter. We're going to need stone to upgrade the next longhouse we build. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go stonemason with him. And this may level him to 3. Let's see. He's not really going to be somebody I'm going to be fighting with a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and grab March for the extra movement. And we have another XP thing up here, and we can also tutor here momentarily. We got some bracers, small offense increase, that's fine. Oh wow, I'm so strong that this Glimmerweave resource is just completely free to take. So now we're getting 1 Glimmerweave around. That's usually a very difficult fight, but because I have these skin shifters pretty early, it's pretty easy. We'll go ahead and keep taking resources. And then what we'll want to do is we're going to try to build a longhouse. We need 10 stone, so that'll likely be next turn. Oh, and he is so close to leveling. And we have this up here, so we can go there. And then we're waiting just to build a second longhouse. Okay, more taxes. We'll do that. So we'll go from 100 extra gold to 250, which is great. Got a weapon. And we'll leave Cole to maybe get the rest of the stuff. And then we'll go ahead and build our second longhouse. And we already have enough Celestial War to upgrade it, so alright, cool, got some free amber. So now I think I really need some extra command so I can get some more troops involved. I didn't go to that, which sucks. That's like a nice permanent buff, but I'm going to skip it for now. I think we need to maybe grab these spires. Spires are great. They're going to give you an extra essence of whatever category it is. This is an order spire. It's a pretty tough fight. Tougher than the ones that have just been giving up. But I think we're going to absolutely obliterate these guys. soften up the knight. This is the scariest unit they have. Just keep chipping away at him. Cast our buff. Yeah, I mean it's just not even fair. Because he doesn't even take one troop out of the 15. He did, unfortunately. So aggression's going to give me a buff, and you can see instead of 3 to 4, that buff now makes it 4. So this is a guaranteed kill. Most dangerous unit. Here's what I like about challenge. So it's not really a huge deal here. I could just walk up and kill him. But if he's adjacent to another of your guys, you can hit your challenge, and then that guy's going to get an opportunity attack on him. And now we're going to get some order essence, which is really cool because this army doesn't really get you a lot of order essence. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade our longhouse. So now we have 4 skin shifters per turn being built, so that's really good. And then actually we'll go ahead and build our sweat lodge as well. So your large building, which is available when you get to a tier 3 settlement, gives you the opportunity to build a meat hall, which makes your like quote unquote top unit. The chieftain kind of sucks. It's unfortunate. The upgraded chieftain's cool looking, but again, it's a pretty weak. I'd say it's a pretty weak unit. Your blacksmith is going to give you improvements to like your troops' capabilities. So like you might have plus damage to one type of troop. And we can actually look at it here. Research is super important. When I first started the game, I undervalued it. If you value upgrading your troops, they're going to be so much better. So the blacksmith is what is your so you'll have like plus HP for each time you buy it, plus HP and damage, melee offense, melee defense, initiative. So this is kind of upgrading your human troops, your Vildra, which are your leeks, your trolls, your Baka horses, things. Well, the Baka horse may actually be a beast. But that's going to help your Vildra troops in sort of the same way. And then you have your troop-specific upgrades. So this one, like for Huskarls and Korfons, troop movement, Arcana Essence, magic resistance, it makes them a little tankier. Swine are going to get to go quicker, more HP. And then Embrace Fury is what we're going to definitely want at some point. But first, what we'll do, we really need to wait until we get to 5 Celestial War. But actually, can we take that? We cannot. So I think what I'll do with Cole is I'll go ahead and maybe try to get some tutoring going. See, I just leveled up from doing that, and we'll go ahead and grab tutoring. Let's see. Some more knowledge over here. Okay. So we need to start pushing north now. We have a nice stack here, and it looks like this is going to open up. I am going to win this fight real quick here, though. That's a movement obelisk, so when you do that, you're going to get some free movement. And there's some celestial warriors. Alright. So Banes are annoying. They're a ranged unit that does poison damage, and a lot of ranged units are penalized if they move before they shoot, but Banes are not penalized. You can see I'm already getting down with probably two troops here. Hopefully we'll get this finished down quite. Pretty annoying. I mean, we're gonna carve them up, but I think I'm gonna use Chaos Step. So Chaos Step is cool. So one thing about Chaos Magic is you can like use it to kind of help your mobility. So what this does is it'll move it up to 1 hex, and then it'll randomly move it into another hex. So I'm gonna move here. Now it could just move me back, but we'll see if we get closer. And we do. And now we can do 2 to 4. Let's go ahead and buff him. Easy. So we did lose a couple of skin shifters, unfortunately. But we got 1180 gold from that fight. Okay, so I love Essence Burst. I mean, Brutal's good. But Essence Burst gives me 3 essences of every type at the beginning of the fight, and then that'll be later upgraded to 6. Oh wow, there's 2. Okay, so we just got a bunch of movement. So now we're at 16 movement, which is amazing. Destruction Spire and a whip. So what we'll do is we'll probably go down here and clear this fight, and then we'll slide up and because I do need to start thinking about getting guys in to attack the neighbor to the north. Go ahead and I can upgrade one of these. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the Sweat Lodge first. Oh, and I can't. So yeah, so now I'll start to be able to make the tier 2 pigs, which I definitely like. They're very tanky, but also mobile. Whip, so +7 offense, so that's pretty good. Okay, and now I think we just head down, and what we'll do is we'll just hand off some of these units. He got more XP, so he's close to leveling. And then what I'll do is I will... Oh, I missed that Aurelian statue again. Let's see if we can get into a fight with this guy. So I already have Tutor. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab Command. What we'll do is we'll move down with Core, we'll get some more troops, and then we'll just ferry them up to him. Yeah, I want to get this statue. I think it's like +3 offense, +3 defense from this Aurelian statue. Oh, +3 offense. So that's still really good. I mean, that's a permanent increase. We'll save that for coal. Okay, so now we have another stack of these guys ready to be brought up. Now we have 3 stacks of, oh, look at the level. So ancient amber for sure, so we'll get 1 amber a turn. We're already getting 2 stone a turn, so that's huge for him. Oh, that would have been nice. I don't have any room though. That's fine. So you can see with the essence burst, I'm starting out with a lot of essence, which is really good. And then the wider our army gets, the better that's going to be. Okay, so we can do a really good thing here. So we have this challenge. We're going to challenge him. He's going to have to move past this guy, and he should take an opportunity attack, which will probably kill him. But my actual challenge attack killed him. Clouded vision is really good, so what that's going to do is that's going to give the targeted enemy range troop less range. So the AI is going to move him up. Different range damage debuff there. You can see these skin shifters are just insane. And 1,360 gold and a level. So this is tough. I mean, destruction magic I think is what I need to go with, because this is a heavy destruction build. Command would be good though. I am going to be facing another wielder. But I think I'm going to grab Destruction Magic and just rely on the fact that my group is very elite. And then we have this guy protecting a tier 3 town. So this is the town, as we looked at the beginning of the game, that's like the neutral town. So we have like an enemy over here. So getting to this first is absolutely massive. And what that'll also do is that'll allow us to get another wielder as well. Now I'm going to kind of just spend some time going through some of this other stuff, but we have some mobility stuff here, and then we'll go ahead and take this down. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it. Well, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a rally point. So what a rally point does, and this is a hugely important building. So if I try to recruit here, I can't train anything because those recruits are all being trained in the main town. But if I build a rally point, all the troops that are available down here will be available at the rally point. Downside is, like, let's say that I want to see, I can't, these are like a tier 1, the leagues are tier 1. If I wanted to upgrade them to tier 2, I can't upgrade them through a rally point. So I'd have to have the building for the upgrade, but for right now, this is going to allow me to not have to have this guy ferrying stuff back and forth. I can just, because I mean, I have a full stack of skin shifters ready to go, 2 stacks of huskarls, almost a full stack of pigs, so that's going to be super helpful. And then we'll go ahead and we'll upgrade it. And then in the second town, what I like to do is probably build a market. Kind of looks like just a lot of basic resources. Let's go ahead. Get a little bonus for the next battle. Just take the gold. So this is a choke point to probably another town. But the enemy that we really have to focus on now is going to be over here. Probably going to have generally on this map they generate like a big stronghold here, and they may have a little town here or here. This is still pretty early, so I don't know if they'll have a second town, but we'll probably see the wielder here soon. So now what I really want to do is I want to try to maybe find some fights to get another level of command, to get another thing of troops in here. Great weapon upgrade. So that gave me 15 offense versus 7. Yeah, that's massive. And we can't get another wielder, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a third wielder. For the third wielder with this faction, I love Ildra. So she's going to get damage bonus to skin shifters. So and then what we'll do in this, when this other building, maybe we'll build a lodge and then upgrade the lodge. So we'll go ahead and build a lodge. So bullying these guys, and like we got our command. So what I'll do now, I'll shift her up. Her ferry this unit here. She's going to get the tutoring bonus, so she's already up to level 7. And so what I'm going to do with her is I'm going to make her like a legit, like I'm going to level her up like a legitimate wielder. So like he's not really going to be fighting, but she will. So combat training is great. Melee is great. For her, Chaos Tier 2 is really good. She's not going to be doing a lot of damage, but she's going to be able to use some Chaos Magic to affect the battlefield. So we'll go Chaos Tier 2. This is her 5th level, so we'll go ahead and grab more damage. And then I think we'll grab Command for the last one. Okay, and he doesn't even have walls yet. So like this is so quick against this AI that like a lot of the times this town will have walls. So he is ripe for the taking. I'm gonna take the gold just because I want to go ahead and get some troops going quickly. Just some extra movement. He's at 17 movement, that's really awesome. And I'll have him just keep collecting. He's just gonna kind of run around and collect stuff for us. Alright, so I think one other thing we need to look at is in our sweat lodge, we can start looking at improving the troops. So the huge thing for me in why I go Sweat Lodge before Blacksmith is I want to increase the max troop size first. This is a thing that I undervalued early on, and I think that, so if you think about it, the skin shifter troop size is 50, and that's the default. If you get all 3 of these levels, you will double the amount of troops you have in each unit. It's just insane. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 1. So that'll increase it to 20. Okay, so they just defended their town with a wielder. That's a good sign, because if they had one that was extra strong, he would have just attacked us. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and go over and see how now everything is out of 20. So I'm going to move those over and have those join. There. Yeah, and I mean, this is just so strong. So this is a city siege. He does not have walls. He does not have any ballista. So we're going to absolutely tear these guys down. And now, because we're generating so much more destruction, that we get Rupture, which is an amazing ability. I love Rupture, and when we get more spell power, it's going to get even better. So I think that these pikemen can actually attack from 2 range, so I can't really challenge them. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack. We'll finish off the Musketmen with Boiling Blood. You see, the Order Spire's coming in handy, because now we get the Essence Burst, we can get protection. So what, like 2 losses maybe? Oh, I got hit. I didn't even notice that. That's alright. So 1480 gold. We got a nice headpiece. And we just blew the first AI out of the water. So he didn't even get to expand. So there's likely going to be maybe another town up there. Go ahead and upgrade the lodge. 2,000 gold for another. Well, actually, we're going to do a trader there. So we'll do a trader. And that'll allow us to kind of shift our resources around as needed. So for her, I think Brutal's great. She just says it's going to be more damage to the skin shifters, which already do a ton of damage. Although we have another Glimmerweave down here, stone. This is quite good. Okay, so I think he's pretty much gotten everything down here. Just not really any fights. So yeah. Okay, so we actually have to go up here. I can't really kill that Bach horse because I don't have much of an army. But I can get the stone mine. Oh, and see, look, this town, because you take it over, it's going to convert whatever building it has to like the corresponding building for the other faction. So I just got an upgraded longhouse. So I've got now more skin shifters being built elsewhere. And then we can upgrade this once we get 10 wood. Oh yeah, channeling is great. These the petrified trees, you can donate this. I'm going to do that because it'll give me a level probably. Chaos magic is definitely going to be huge, because if we look at our troops, chaos, 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 chaos. So we are definitely going to want to get chaos. Even though tier 3 Arcana would be nice, I think tier 2 is marginally better. Do a little tutoring. We'll go ahead and get her some command. She's going to start to take a more active role in the army as we go along. We also have an upgraded light tree, so I can actually upgrade all of my, well, the 18 that are left. So for here, I think I'm going to build another loggers camp. Just continue the resource accumulation. Melee's pretty good. Oh, that's an interesting thing he's guarding. I just don't know if I want to spend the time going all the way down there. I'd rather explore this way. Looks like we have a Order Spire there. Yeah, there's no way he's winning that fight. That's okay, we got the stone income now, so we got 5 stone a turn, which is kind of crazy. Can't get another builder. Do I want to spend the money on that now? Alright, I'm gonna step away for a brief moment. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. So, kind of looking at it now, I'd like to try to find maybe a celestial ore source somewhere. I don't know if that's feasible. We have a destruction essence as well. Or destruction spire. Spires are great. You definitely want to grab them up. And we have another building here. I think I might wait to spend the wood and go ahead and upgrade this settlement next turn. We'll go ahead and build another longhouse. We just want to just try to get as many skin shifters going as possible. And then once this guy levels up, we should get Levy, which should give us 40% more troops per round. And then Levy rank 2 will be an extra 80%. And so, like, our offense isn't crazy, but we have good spell damage power. We need to get some better gear, so we need to like, kill some more stuff and find some, you know, loot. So nothing really down there. Looks like that amber was an illusion. I'm gonna take her to the petrified tree again. That's 5 silk. But I'm getting 2 around, which is really, really good. This requires 20 stone and 30 wood to upgrade. And this is only 10 wood, so I think I'll probably upgrade Ostenham next. Okay, that looks like some stuff that this guy can work on. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab woodcutter to get an extra wood. 2 bucks for him, and now we get levy. This is why we have our economy wielder. So this is gonna be huge. This is gonna allow us to really generate a lot of troops. And now, troop generation is not gonna be our issue, right? Because we have a ton of Shinskifters, ton of everything. And that's only going to get bigger with levy. So I think now we need to start really generating gold. Our bottleneck at this point will almost definitely be gold. Movement for him. That takes him to 18 movement. And what we're trying to do is we're going to try to get him leveled up so he can then get level 2 levy. For her, I'm definitely going to do tier 3 chaos magic. I think that's really strong. And so she can now, with all the money we have, start moving over here. Get her, so we'll go in there. I think we'll get some more gold producing buildings, because again, that's going to be our bottleneck, because these troops are not cheap, but we are making 4,000 a turn. It is only around 35. We have an extra capital. So I feel really good about where we're at right now. And then I think either here or there we're going to need to build a blacksmith at some point. We can actually do it once we build the... Alright, so we'll build the blacksmith next. That's going to be another thing for troop improvements. So we do need to find some more celestial ore. That's going to be the next priority. Cole, where are ya? Oh, he is so close to a level. So I think I am. That's a long way. 2 turns. I think I am going to take that out because I would like to get that tree. I've got so much glimmer we've coming in that I can have everybody level up off that tree. Does have a hell breath, which is kind of scary. It's a hell roar, so that's actually really, really strong. And then what we'll do is we'll do clouded vision. That's going to hurt his range, and it's going to make him move. We'll go ahead and we're going to just chip away at him because he's scary. That's a scary dude. What I'm going to do with him is I'm going to chaos step, and now we can get in range of attack. Not too bad. He's annoying though. That's an annoying enemy. Okay, now he should be in range to attack on his next attack. See, we can just 2970. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab destruction and then we'll hit this next. And I really shouldn't have pulled her up. Tutoring. Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna take the Glimmer Weave. More movement. So yeah, look at his movement now. 20. We'll go ahead and get her. I don't really need Amber right now, so we'll get her some XP. So that 2 stacks was all our money. We should be able to upgrade one of our towns next turn. And then we need to try to get some gold to get a longhouse. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to do. Guess he can move up here and get these knowledge towers. Well, we can upgrade our tannery and get a little more gold per turn. Is I'm going to upgrade these Huskarls. I'm going to drop these Berserkers in. Well, no, I don't need to do that. See, I made a mistake by not making a loggers camp here. So I'm not going to be able to upgrade this longhouse until I do that. So unfortunately, I have to get rid of the tannery I just spent money on. And then we'll build another longhouse here. Another movement. 21 movement for Coal Blacklist. So we're going to do some marketplace stuff now. So we have our marketplace. Each marketplace you get is going to increase how much you can sell and decrease how much you can buy, cost to buy. I only have one right now, so these are kind of default. But I'm going to go ahead and just bite the bullet. And so now we're generating a lot of good stuff. She actually needs to visit that Aurelia statue as well. So again, gold is now our bottleneck. Looks like we got a big treasure up there. Alright, the gold mine. So gold mine's really good. Now this could be a tough fight. Blessed Bones are very, very dangerous. But Blind Hatred's really good, so I'm going to be able to select what out is like 2 troops, and then they're going to attack a random enemy next to them. You can see those guys mess each other up pretty good. I was hoping they might attack the Blessed Bones. Spell damage power super effective because those guys are tanky. I mean, 100 health. It's a scary unit. Retaliation is just insane. Alright, so now we can cast a fireball. Just continue to soften them up. You see, we chose the Blind Hatred twice on that guy, so you got 2 attacks on him. Okay, now we have Onslaught, which is really good, so that's going to give me 2 attacks. But what I think I'm going to do first is I think I'm going to use Challenge to pull this guy, and then he'll get messed up pretty bad by the devastation. There we go. Do the same thing here. Fight. Four losses, but 44.90 gold. And now we get Essence Purse too. So now at the beginning of the fight, we're going to get 6 essences of each type. And we got a gold mine, which is giving us 500 extra gold a turn, and now we have an legendary item up here guarded by some Seneschals, which I think we can definitely kill. Okay, so like we did before, I'm just going to do... Going to soften them up, and now we're very close to being able to cast a fireball. We need 15 destruction, so we should get that momentarily, which we do. And now we'll just drop a fireball in the middle of them. Yeah, these are high health targets that, you know, while it doesn't look like it did a ton, it softened them up pretty well. So I got Chain Lightning now, so that's going to jump from unit to unit. Rupture. It's looking a lot less scary now. And they don't have great movement, so we're just going to kind of kite them. did was give me a momentum. So anytime you kill a unit, you'll have momentum, and that's going to give you extra offense. So Justice is a good spell. So Justice is just going to kill one troop. But on a troop like this, where it's super strong, it's cost effective. Push them off. No troops lost, 3680 gold, and some kind of epic hat, and another destruction essence, and some treasure. So that's really good. Okay, so we may be able to upgrade the town possibly. We're still short wood. So we need 30 wood to upgrade either one of those. But she can now probably get a couple stacks of these guys. Or just the one stack, but we can go ahead and top off our Corfon stack. Of the Magus. 60% spell damage power, so now I'm at 170, so this is awesome. Okay, we have a Mystic Hermit, which is going to give us a random skill, which is really awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do what we've been doing. Let's see. So these troops are very annoying. I'm gonna wind up getting some of them in my army at some point, but they basically can blink across the whole map and backstab you. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with a rupture and just eliminate that one altogether. Before they can do anything. So now we're just going to have them come to us. Now the Baka horses, or I guess these are the upgraded Baka horses, the Hungers, they have a charge mechanic, so they do eat more damage for each tile they traverse. And then they have the upgraded Chieftain. Rally is really good, so that's just going to give us a huge buff across the board. And that's where the Essence Spire, or the Order Spires and the Essence Burst come in handy. So we took a few losses. Not too bad. And now we'll grab command. And now we get the Mystic Hermit, which is cool because this is going to give us a random skill. It's an Order Magic 1, so that's great. So pretty much everything is done over here. So I think it's time to get coal kind of moved up. Now she's not going to have the pure spell damage power that our main wielder has, but she is going to do more damage with her skin shifters. So I'm just going to let them come to us. Chain lightning here is actually pretty good. We're just gonna keep pulling these guys in. Even though they do take one of our guys out, we got Berserker now, so we're like really looking good. So anytime you have a choke point fight, it's usually going to open up to something good, and that's really good. That's a massive town. Okay, we do need to grab those things. Now I want to look at maybe some upgrades. So we're heavy on human troops. So 5 ancient amber, 2,500 gold. We'll go ahead and get that. I feel like our initiative is already pretty good. So maybe we go ahead and increase our cap. Where is our... There we go. We do have a lot of amber, so I'm going to go ahead and grab an arcane ritual. So this is going to be an extra arcane essence per turn for every wielder. And I'm going to go ahead and grab chaos. And we have a ton of glimmer reeds, so I'm going to grab 2 arcane. And then a bonus each. So now we're really starting to come in here with the resource generation. So now we have 2 really strong wielders. I think our next thing may be to get a 3rd. Got some Barria troops here. We haven't even seen what's going on the other side, so I have no idea what's happening. So she has level 3 Chaos Step, so I'm going to be able to move a really long way and then kill the musket on turn 1. Same thing with him. I want to Chaos Step, try to get this musket man down before he fires. I'm not gonna kill him. But now he's forced into melee range. And now he's dead. And that's where, as you can hear all the motorcycles going by. Oh, so close. Plus one retaliations does seem pretty nice. But now we have another town. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it just so we can get some more gold. And what I'm going to do in this town is I'm going to make this town just a straight up money town. Money again is our bottleneck, as it has been. Some tutoring. Wood. More glimmer weave. So now you can see our resources are looking really good. Celestial ore we really need though. So I don't know. I haven't seen any celestial ore mines. Something like a celestial compass could be good. Okay, we'll build a rally point here and we're done with that croft we're making. So we have a large building we're not doing anything with. We could build a mead hall. I think what I'm actually going to do there though, is one thing you can do is when you have a large build site, you can actually build medium and small buildings there. Same with a medium build site. If you had a medium build site, you could build a medium or a small building. So I think what I'm going to do is actually build a cottage here, and we're going to get some of the crones out because they're really fun. It'll also help with our arcana and chaos generation as well. Plenty of glimmer weave, so we'll go ahead and hit this tree. I don't think destruction essence is very good for her because she doesn't have any spell damage power, so we'll just grab some more command. Good breastplate there. I also need to get her some better gear. Now, do I have an extra weapon on him? I do. I have a whip, I have a helm, so I need to get over to her. There's some celestial ore here. Some coal whiteness is very close to getting another gold mine. So he will probably level up there. I was just about to say, I feel like we're about to see the enemy. Oh, he didn't level. Wow. Pine cone usually gives something. Yeah, minor increase, but still pretty good. Essence Leech can be good. If you kill some very strong troops, you can kind of snowball with it. But I think I'm going to grab command. So I do think we can upgrade one of our towns. Actually, I'm going to build a cottage. think the upgraded cottage may require a special building as well. Just shy of that. So we definitely got some enemies up here to the north, lurking around. So yeah, definitely get taxes. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and build a rally point. So we'll start. I like to start with blind hatred when I give them the opportunity, and I'm hoping maybe they'll. Alright, so those are now dead. Chaos magic is probably my favorite in the game. See, we're looking really good on our essences. Just steps right into me. So our order essence coming through with the rally. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to step behind him and then challenge this horse, and it should trigger an opportunity attack. These skin shifters are just so good. Almost 6,000 gold. So he's close to leveling. We'll upgrade the tannery. And we're just kind of short on stone right now, so I mean on wood. We are getting 8,000 a turn as far as gold goes. Some of this over. We can dual wield. So now she's got a little bit better. Well, actually, I think technically the great sword is better. So we'll go ahead and give her the great sword. Who are we up against? So we're up against Baria and Law. So if she has Dr. Marjata, that could be strong. So we'll go ahead and grab some spell damage resistance. Alright. So it looked like they had a guy up in here running around. This is a Loth. So Bane's already being annoying. Because she has this is not the chick, so can't move quite as much with Chaos Step. But I was gonna be able to get in range. That's where that spell damage power is really good. That hat I got is really amazing. Okay, so they have a wielder here. Looks like that's a Baria wielder. Somebody just died. So it looks like the Loth AI, that was all they had. We're just so much more advanced than they are because of the way we built this up. Get some pigs. Its movement speed is just insane. 29. So Celestial Ore is still an issue, so it is kind of hampering our ability to upgrade. So there's a main city here. Doesn't look very well defended. I think we're just blowing them out of the water. So we'll take her up and we'll start moving her up toward the main city. We're still converting this town. And it has a rally point built in, which is amazing because now we can start getting more troops for him, and then has no real troops, so I'm going to hold off on doing anything crazy with him. So yeah, Chaos Tier 3. Oh, here we go. Mystic Hermit, some gloves. Okay, this is really good. Okay, so he's coming up there. So we are a little out of position. Essence Leech 1, that's awesome. And gloves of the Merchant's Guild. It's 100 gold, okay. Okay, we should be able to get over to this guy before he can do anything. I'm just gonna battle this because it's insignificant. Oh, an ever-burning fire. That's really good for Jet. So we need a tannery in this town to upgrade the witches. I think I can win this. It's okay. He didn't even take the town. He may... take that town. Got an order spire down there. No, we didn't take that town. So what I might do here, I have a lot of money. That much money. Okay, he did take this, and he took my only trader too, which kind of sucks. No way I win this. Range resistance, that's pretty good. defenses because I didn't bother with them. Attack this like barrier. That's gonna let me get more guys in on them. Nice debuff. This is where we're gonna challenge. Whooped them. Alright, so good stuff. So what I need to really do is get some of that gear transferred over to her. Just get the rest of our troops. Okay, so she's got a better breastplate than that. Poleaxe is a huge increase. She has no gloves. So she's close to a level. I think the enemy's probably going to have a town up here. Go ahead and get a rally point. Stonemason. Kind of sucks, but we'll go ahead and grab those. These are really still pretty good. Grab some pigs. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and just push. Okay, nothing up here. So probably down in this area. So I think we just start shifting everybody down. huge upgrade to her offense. So next turn we'll be able to upgrade our capital. His level to an insane amount. This is going to be super funny. From 2 to 16, so we can get this guy in a good spot. This is definitely a melee wielder. He already has an HP bonus, so we'll go HP with him. Combat training, melee, guard, command, range resistance. These troops are just so expensive. So it could be this way, it could be down. So what I'll do is I'll take her down. We'll take Girge to the east. I'm sorry, to the west. Okay, there's the base there. So I don't think Silk Spool is going to give me too much trouble. And those guys don't. They clearly don't take any zone of control. I think they have stealthy, so they don't get retaliated against. Alright, this is a good time for blind. At the very end. I do like the pigs. They're a good supplemental unit. They also come back to you to be able to be recruited after they die, which is super helpful. They're very tanky. They're not quite as tanky as Protectors from Rana, but they're, I don't know, I feel like they're pretty good. So we have some hearts, which can be annoying to fight. So they're going to shoot in a straight line. They don't have a lot of movement though. I think they have like 2 movement, 3 movement. The cool thing about the hearts is if you damage them, they're going to shoot. Well, they're going to shoot regardless of what's in front of them. So that's where the hearts are sort of fun to play against, because they just wreck those guys. The pig can just get in there and tank. Let them come to us. That's a mistake right there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do Blind Hatred. We'll stick the pig in there. We'll just get him stuck in there. Too strong. Spire. Interesting cloak. I'm not sure what that one does. So this is likely his last stand. I don't see myself losing this. He does have 2 ballista, and they're going right after the unit that's going to cause him the most problem. Alright, the 2 ballista are now dead. So here's why having Chaos and Arcana is really good. Or I'm sorry, the Arcana skill. So Dimensional Door. Just put him right on top of the battlement. Range units are dead. I mean, he's got no chance here, really. I mean, it's bottom line. Easy. $43.60 gold, and that's what I was talking about when I was saying that, like, the amount of gold he gets is insane, and you need it because you're not going to be getting enough a lot of the time to be able to afford these expensive units, because these guys are not cheap. Spell damage, resistance, and defense, and view radius. Yeah, that's pretty nice. These guys are powerless to stop me. I think this is pretty much it. Significant battle against someone with no troops. That's it. 65 rounds, pretty good. Easy win. The Shin, so hard to pronounce it. Skin shifters are very strong, and you can see the power graph. I always had the bigger army just because of how strong they are, and really there was never. I guess there was like a battle there, but yeah. Gold income, great gold income. Resource income was good. Wood was probably a little low for a while. Yeah, you can see it finally went up. But economy was great. Crazy graph there. But yeah, that's it. That's the way you do it with Giraget. He's very strong. He's great for a tutor. And then you let your, second or your third and fourth wielders kind of get in on the action as well. Cole Black, Black Fist, I think his name is, for the economy bonuses for Levy. We didn't get the third or second rank of Levy, which would have given us 80% increase in troops in dwellings. But yeah, that's why I love this faction. The tier 1 units aren't very good. I mean, I'll usually keep like a stack of leaks in there just for the buff. But they're just staying back and buffing. I mean, that's really all they're doing. The skin shifters are the major focus, and you can see why. So thanks for watching. I hope that was enjoyable and informative. And next playthrough we'll do a different faction. So have a great day. Thank you.